Stanionis. What's
Hello,
up, champ?
hello, hello.
How are
How
you?
are you? Don't be serious with me, Eimantas. You know how I am.
Smile.
You know how I am. Don't be coming over here all serious. You in Lithuania? Where you at?
Yeah, I'm in Lithuania. I'm good, thank you.
All right. So I seen you posted that Jaron Ennis is not next for Terrence Crawford, that the WBA is, but you put the emoji. I know what that is, but what did that emoji represent for you?
About what you talking about? About which emoji?
On Twitter,
Oh, that I'm
when
first. Yeah, I'm first. WBA is first because I fought for WBA and I let Spence fight Uga. So I was promised to fight the winner. It didn't happen, so I'm first in line to fight the now Crawford. For WBA belt.
but you put what looks like an angel emoji. Or
Yeah,
like what did that represent for you? Like, I don't
it's
know,
on.
saying you're innocent, saying what? Like, don't forget
It
me. I'm
was
trying
just
to figure it
yeah.
out.
Exactly. Don't forget me. I'm first.
All right. So now what about this rumor that because you let Earl fight and accept this step aside, you're not only not next, Jaron is also not next, but they're saying Thurman, the WBC, is next. Is that true? Did you ask Richard Schaefer or Shelly Finkel anything about this?
No, no. It's like Thurman where he is. He haven't fought in a long time. He doesn't want to fight, so he better stay quiet. And he has to fight somebody. To have his name back. I know he has a name, but he haven't fought. It's like when you are sitting on the bench, and you want to fight the like big fighters, against the top guys. It's not going to happen. Now there is new generation coming up, so he has to prove it now.
I have to ask you, right? Because he was in Vegas at the fights and he did a
Yeah.
lot of interviews. But the only fighter calling him out is Clarissa Shields. I
That's
d-
messed up.
no, this morning she posted again. She said, "Good morning, Keith." Like, and she posted herself sparring men. And I just want your thoughts. Why do you think she's calling him out?
I don't know. Maybe probably she wants some attention from media or something. I don't know, or she really believes she can beat him. I don't know. It's up to her. She knows, the answer.
Now, Amantis, you said Keith has been inactive, but in
Yeah.
reality, champ, he only fought maybe like a month and a half, 2 months before we last saw you fight. We last saw you in the ring April of last year. He fought February of last year. So
Yeah.
I know things haven't gone your way, but how much of the inactivity do you feel it's gonna affect you? If you feel it's gonna affect Thurman?
Look, it's a little bit different, because Thurman haven't fought for some reasons. I haven't fought for I supposed to fight like 3 times and it didn't happen. So I was ready like all the time, and I was training and I was supposed to fight. So that's first of all, this thing, he haven't fought. I don't know why. And I don't know. I think it should be like, yeah, I was off for a long time in activity. It hurts me a lot. It was like, I was crazy. I love fighting, and it's like I don't know, 15, 16 months now without a fight. It's terrible. It's crazy, and I hate it. I want to get back in the ring, and I think now it can make sense. I haven't fought for a long time. He haven't fought, so we can fight each other, and the winner fight. I don't know, Boots or Crawford, or I don't know. It would make sense. Also, we were inactive for a long time, so
Um, so how many fight cancellations did you have since your last fight?
3.
Damn. Wow.
And even it's like 3 fight cancellations, but after the fight, so I fought April 16, April, May, June, July, August. So in August they told me that I will fight probably September, October. I was preparing for October fight. Then and it was Keith Thurman. Yeah, they told me that I will fight Keith Thurman. No, maybe October or December. I don't remember because every month, every the plan was changing, changing,
Yeah.
changing. I was just training, training. I was like, when I'm going to fight. Like after 2 weeks, they say another date. After 2 weeks, there is another date. It's like I was getting crazy. And then Virgil came somehow, and I said yes. And we supposed to meet in a big fight, but it didn't happen.
I gotta ask, three camps that had to get canceled, are they paying for your camp expenses or is this coming out of pocket? Because you got to go back and forth to Lithuania. Every time it cancels, you go back home to your family. When it's time to train, you got to come back over here to California to Marvin Samodio. So is someone at least like, oh, we're sorry the fight got canceled, Eimantas, here's XYZ amount of money for your trouble?
Yeah, it's supposed to be like that. Yeah, I guess so, but it's not like that. So the
None of
flight
the
ticket,
three
yeah.
instances or
No, the
none of
only
the.
the flights, only the flights, only the flights. That's it.
What do you mean only the fights?
No, the flights. They
Oh,
they
the
paid for the
flights. The
flight. Yeah,
flights.
they paid for
Jesus
them.
Christ. So sparring partner money, the hotels
Yes.
for the sparring partner, the food that you've been spending, you don't that's just loss.
It's already like I owe Marvin money, because he paid for sparring partners because I didn't have money. I came to this camp like literally like with low money, and they said
Oh
after the
shit.
we Marion is a good guy. He takes care of other guys and also me. And I said for sure I will give it back, to our sparring partners after the fight, but it didn't happen. So I'm now in debt.
Damn.
It's fucked up.
So at this point, don't you call Shelly and say, listen, I promised my sparring partners money. You're my fucking manager. These fights keep getting canceled. Get me some money.
Yeah, it's supposed to be like that, but it's not like that. Not so simple.
So are you at the point that you're counting the days on the contract, or do you just believe you got to stick it out with them because you will get your opportunity? Because everyone else on PBC, one
Yeah.
day or another, gets a big opportunity, right?
Yeah, yeah, I hope so. I will get a big opportunity, I think I deserve it, and I was waiting, and I didn't do anything wrong, like completely. I did everything right. I show up, I sign the contract, I make weight. That's how professionals do. You're supposed to follow the rules, and it's like also like if you have to make weight, you have to make weight.
Do you think, like you said, it's 15, 16 months you haven't fought? You've been with PBC for a while. Things haven't really gone your way. You haven't gotten the biggest name. Should you change your character a little bit just for boxing? Should you be a little bit more Thurman? Go to the fights, do more interviews, call more people out, try to force the fight yourself? Or do you think, I got a family, I don't got time for that? That's what I got a manager for.
That's the thing. I want to do this because I see it works, and I have to do this. But sometimes, the fights doesn't get not all. Sometimes it gets made on the like, let's say Twitter, or somewhere on
Mm-hmm.
social media.
Mm-hmm.
But some fights doesn't make like that, and it's supposed to be making, behind closed doors. I guess so. So I have some time now waiting. Still, I supposed to get a opponent probably next week. I hope so. I was hoping for 15 months, that something will happen. But what's left for me is only a hope, and just stay disciplined. That's the only thing that helps me. That's good that I'm disciplined fighter, and it's my life, and I know something will pop up sooner or later.
Well, switching to the big fight this Saturday night, I know you had to appreciate what you've seen in the with your eyes with Crawford, because you use your jab every round, and the jab was the key for him to win this fight. Or did you see it another way? Was it more than the jab? Do you think it was just the power was too much?
Not the power, the shot selection, and that he was on point that night. He was just like picture perfect, that night. Everything was in his way. Spence haven't looked himself. I don't know. I just don't know. He didn't look himself at all. I don't know. It was maybe after the knockdown. He never got dropped. probably, so he got knocked down. Maybe something changed, in his mind. And yeah, the jab and the timing, was, and he took Errol's jab away. So that's the thing. And yeah, Errol couldn't find an answer. I don't know what happened. I was like thinking before the fight. Honestly, I can say I never bet on the fights because I'll be broke. I guess because I always bad at this. But but I said like Spence probably will win because I was thinking, he was more under the bright lights. Where there's a big show, big crowd, the
Mm-hmm.
experience, everything. Under his promotion, everything.
Tougher
And
opponents on paper.
yeah, tougher opponents on paper for sure, for sure. And I was thinking, yeah, he's supposed to win, but it was, I said, it's 50-50 fight. Like one day I think Spence can knock out Crawford, another day I can think Crawford can knock Errol, out, or either way get points. It's like every day I was changing, but at the end I said, yeah, I think my final prediction Spence will win. I don't know how, but he's going like slowly going, and maybe eventually break down. But to turn like this, uh, it's crazy. Yeah, it's boxing. Like, welcome to boxing. So sometimes I hate to argue with with somebody. I said like, yeah, maybe sometimes some paper said somebody will knock somebody out. But it can change.
Stanionis, I gotta double back to you. When you finish this interview, you gotta call Shelly. All right. Remember Teofimo Lopez, George Cambosos. Uh,
3 cancellations.
it was supposed to happen. Triller won the purse bid, right? They were supposed to put the fight on. They didn't put the fight. That 10% that you gotta put to win the that's supposed to go to you.
So look, I already spoke about this. So that's the
Ah! What
so but that's the
happened?
so that's the thing. In the contract, it's like promoters made event because the event was going with different main event. Yes,
Yeah.
but and it was like Legend didn't show up. They didn't fail to
Put on the
like
event. They wrote
yeah,
it off like they still did the event. It's just your
yeah,
fighter didn't show.
Wow.
Motherfucker! Bro, but
yeah.
Shelly's a lawyer, bro. He's just gonna come on. This is crazy.
Hey, I think you need to get Shelly on here and speak with him about all this stuff.
What in the fuck, man? I'm sorry, bro.
Yeah,
Anyway, do you feel you can beat this? I mean, that version of I ain't gonna lie. Before you came here, we're talking about the world, like Carl Frampton, everybody, Amir Khan. Everybody is saying that this Saturday's version of Crawford can beat any version of Floyd Mayweather.
it's hard to say no and argue. Okay, after this performance, yes, because it was like picture perfect, everything. Like he was on point. Like Crawford is tremendous fighter, but
Yeah.
when you look the fights against like Benavides, when you look against like Jeff Horn, Sean Porter, it's like it wasn't like that. But of course, he knows how to finish. He's very good. Like the guy is amazing. From this fight, he gained a lot of fans. He proved everybody wrong. Everything came to truth what he said and to reality. The guy deserves all the love in the world. But to say that he would beat Floyd or this and that, it's like I don't know.
Would
You
you say
have to
that
fight.
would you say that was the best performance of his career? Because I've been watching Terrence Crawford a long
Me
time.
too.
At 35, at 40, now 47, I have never seen a performance like that. It was so one-sided.
No, it was perfect. His
Yeah, it was.
hands, his defense was like
Yeah,
outside of the jab. I think the other biggest thing is his defense. He was
yeah,
so tight with his defense. It was amazing. How did
yeah.
you
He was.
feel watching it though?
I was like, what's going on over here, man? Oh my God! I woke up at 4:40 a.m. So I was watching the co-main event and the fights, also
What'd you
UFC a
think of the
little bit.
co-main event? Giovanni Cabrera versus Pitbull Cruz. Giovanni trains at the same gym you train at, right?
Yeah,
Wild card, yeah.
yeah,
I
yeah. I
thought he
know the
did
guy.
good. I thought he did really good. I picked him for the upset, man. He had to sit down more on that left uppercut.
Yeah, look, so it was first fight under like big promotion, big event
Mm-hmm.
also, the nerves, everything. But he did everything good. Also the guy had a good night, and Pitbull just missed a lot of punches, and I just don't understand why he didn't lure him, in something big, little by little. He was rushing also, same hooks, nothing to set up. So it was like, yeah, let's put it that way. Cruz also didn't perform in a good way. But I just hate that people write it off because we fighters, we sometimes get a day or night off, even in sparring, sometimes you go and it's like you feel like shit, like what's going on? I'm not doing how I supposed to do. Then after like 2 days next sparring, you are brilliant. It's like picture perfect. Like what's going on with me? It's like
Mm.
I gotta
Wait,
ask.
wait. Let
Oh,
him go back to you expressing your feelings watching Crawford put on that performance.
yeah. So I was like, oh, what's going on? It's so crazy. I woke up at early in the morning. I was talking with myself. Oh my god, he knocked him out. Like how? And but yeah, after everything settled, he just catch him at perfect time. He did his job. Everything was, yeah. He became superstar overnight. So he deserved it.
And what's your thoughts about Crawford versus Boots? Is Boots ready? Are you ready? Is Virgil ready? If Crawford decided to stay at 47 and defend undisputed versus
a mandatory.
everyone that was there available, what do you think the three of you are ready at this moment, or what's your opinion?
Two. Two of us, not three, because one guy I think going to 154 or 160. I don't know where he is. I don't even know.
You're saying Virgil.
So yeah, Virgil, because I don't know where he is. I haven't heard from
So the
even
other
their team.
undefeated, the other undefeated welterweight who's actually cleared to fight would be Conor Ben. Now, I don't know how competitive that is. I do think it's a big fight for Crawford in the end of his career. He's 35 to go to the UK, do a big O2 fight or something. It's not bad, but it would be you, it would be Boots, it would be Thurman, and it would be Ben are the last names in the welterweight division.
Yeah. So you mean who's deserving more?
However you want to answer it. Who you think is ready? Who's ready? Because people like to say Boots is not ready or Virgil's not ready. Maybe they say
Uh,
you're not ready, that you need to fight Thurman first.
I think like Ennis ready. I'm ready. Conor Ben, I don't know if he's not on drugs. Maybe he's not ready. If he's on something, then maybe he's ready. I don't even know how they clear him. Nobody explained. It's like crazy. Oh my god. It's like they put it that way. It's like, oh, we clear him. Where is the solution? How? And so then if he's clear, then I don't know. UK has to be, or who was testing him, they have to be suspended and check them. This doping shit is terrible. I hate when the guy's using something. I just like not in the sport. You can't mess around. If you're not on this level, you can't make it. You can't make it. Don't use anything. It's tough sport. Somebody can die, and you can hurt somebody. So I think like back to your question, like me and Ennis, I guess ready, yeah, for sure. It's other thing. So how you test young fighters? You have to fight tough fights and against tough opposition. So maybe we can do better. Also, styles make fights. My style is different. Ennis is different. So we just have to get fights made. And
I want to
promoters
hear it. How do
Stan-
you
and the
think your
promo.
style? I want to hear it. You said style make fight. How do you think your style
Yeah,
fares against Crawford? Because, like, how do you get in on him? He had that high guard. He was very. That's another thing. Third thing that was amazing, composure. Like you said, you didn't think he was going to be able to do that under the bright lights. First time being on the big stage, and he's just so calm.
yeah.
He even walked to the corner and let Earl
Yeah,
go
what'd
to
you
the
think?
body.
Well, I was gonna ask you, what'd you think after one of the knockdowns, Terrence Crawford
Talking to
goes to
Charlo.
the corner and tells Jamel Charlo, "You're next."
I mean, he was so calm in that fight. I've never seen nothing like
That's
that.
some savage shit. Like,
Look,
how are you thinking about
it's
your next fight when you're in a fight?
look. after the like I don't know third or fourth round, I I knew that Spence will get stopped. He wasn't there,
I said
and
that.
I think Crawford could finish him early if he wanted. Like
A lot
if
of
he
Yeah.
people
wanted to.
saying that. A lot of people saying that they felt Crawford held off.
They felt they people are saying they felt Crawford carried him. Do you believe that?
No, look,
Okay.
I think Crawford is very smart and he didn't want to risk to get any like punch. But also, I saw in the Spence punches, they didn't had any impact after that knockdown.
Mm.
He
So it
said
might change.
Bud did an interview after the fight
With
with
Stephen
Stephen
A.
A.
Smith.
Smith where he said uh, that Errol caught him with an overhand left in the second or third round, and that Bud's reaction was like, "That's it." So he knew at
Yeah.
that point that he could kind of walk him down. I saw you make that face. Hold on, champ. I saw you make
Hey,
that face.
Oh, I
Like
missed it.
he went like this, like,
maybe
"Ooh."
maybe he's bluffing also. We don't know what he said if it's true or
That
not.
that
It's true that
performance
yes.
that performance doesn't tell us he's bluffing.
No.
I
Yeah.
don't know,
Yeah,
man.
it was amazing performance. You can take nothing, and I love the guy. He deserved it. I'm very happy for him. He was speaking that he wants big fights. Nobody was promoting before him like that, and now he got everything that he deserved. And the walkout is like amazing. You know,
Yes. I'm
We were
glad you
just talking about that, and I wanted to ask you, kind of in hand with the walkout, because you said twice now during this interview that he became a superstar. He became a star from this fight. On social media, I think he's already gained like 400,000
No, he's over
followers.
1 million on Instagram.
Yeah, so since fight week, I think he's over 400,000 followers gained. Uh, then at the weigh-in, he had the viral moment when he gets on the stage and he's rapping a Lil Wayne song. So now Lil Wayne's been posting them, and that video's gone viral as well. And man, I think that was at like 30 million views on one TikTok page alone, man.
Crazy.
So just your
okay, but
thoughts. What you're in Lithuania, obviously. So just your thoughts on how he was able to transcend into the star practically overnight.
like we said, everything was perfect. Like the before the fight, they were talking about big fish, and Crawford said, "I will catch that big fish." He came with a fish net. When I saw it, like I was thinking, it's like crazy. You have to back it up now. Then he came with Eminem because I saw they were posting like day or two before on
Mm-hmm.
the Instagram that they might, and he came. I said, "Wow, this is like legendary, stuff. It's
Yeah.
like it's very cool." So
It's like
this
all the
Eminem,
chips fell into place.
and nobody believe him. Few people believe him, but like the I don't know. I
Champ, I
think
got
everybody was backing up Spence, I guess, but of course it was also for Crawford. But Spence was more known, like Crawford B side. Spence sits butts in the seats, and also he made everything perfect with that performance. He just rise
I feel
like
like
crazy.
I feel that Crawford, since leaving Top Rank, kind of realized he had to promote himself more, and in doing so, he's done more interviews. People have gotten to know him more, and I feel like people have realized he's just a regular guy.
Yeah.
Monday after the fight, he's at his daughter's track meet back home in
So
Nebraska. So he's a regular guy, and he showed that given the opportunity, he's gonna take advantage. But yo,
yeah,
I gotta ask you, because when we talk about possible fights for Bud at 147 pounds, there's really only a few options, right? Yourself,
yeah,
Jaron Ennis, Keith Thurman. I don't really know about Counter Ben, my counterpart here, whatever. He's a nice guy. He likes to give people second and third chances, fourth chances, and
yeah.
fifth chances. But when I think about these fights, I look at it and it's like, champ, you got one world title fight. Jaron has 0 world title fights. Keith Thurman has several. Terrence Crawford has 18 title fights, 15 KOs. It's like, I'm sorry, but I
And
look.
Nue got 16 KOs, 18 title fights.
Is that really okay? Bud's still number one pound for pound.
He
Look,
got one more
look,
KO.
But it's
for
like,
Bud,
at what point do you get the experience? Because it's like you got to get your experience. Boots got to get his experience. But it's like, is Boots' first title fight gonna be against the number one
no,
pound for pound guy?
no. Look, Crawford will not fight me or Ennis. We can talk this, all the time, but he's going. He's now like superstar. So why he is going to look at us?
Mm.
I'm realistic.
But
So
come on, champ,
probably
it ain't no millionaires in Lithuania that'll pay some money to bring Bud out there to fight you. A little 50 million.
no,
50.
not in Lithuania. Maybe from Saudi somebody can pay. I don't.
Tell Shelly go till he was up with the prince.
you know.
Okay, it's good. I have to tell him. But look,
No,
so
you know
basically
what? He
for
does have
him,
a connection with Wilder.
Mm-hmm.
look, he has beef with Jermel. So that's the bad timing because Jermel is fighting Canelo. So
He's
oh my
fighting
god.
Canelo. What do you think about that fight?
So wait, so your biggest hope for you is, so you already know in your mind Crawford and Earl are out the picture for you as welterweight fights. That's what you're telling
It,
us.
it's never 100%, but it's if I'll beat them, what I will do from like we said, boxing is a sport, but then also is business.
For sure.
What I would do,
So
I
what's
would
the
like
next
if I
biggest fight for you?
for me, I don't know. For me, it's Ennis or Thurman, or for me, it's of course would be Crawford. I would love to get a shot at 4 titles. If it's realistic, then I'll jump in.
So you're saying obviously the realistic option is Boots. So let's talk about his last performance. What was your thoughts with Roman Villa? And did you think Villa deserved to be there, or did you think Rashidi won that first fight?
Mm, I had to be honest. I haven't seen a Rashidi against Villa, but
What?
no, I haven't seen it because of the time difference. And later on, it's hard to find the fights like with good quality
Yeah.
over here. So my thoughts on Boots against Villa was he did everything good, impressed in some ways. You have to give flowers where it's due. He did amazing. But we also didn't do some stuff what I would do, and uh, for sure I would bring like tougher fight.
So
Look, if I wouldn't believe that I can beat him in 2020, they asked me if I'll fight Boots. I said yes, let's go. And I don't know why didn't have it. It's even my manager. It's even my promotional or his. I don't know who's because I'm not involved. I just said yes from my personal view. They asked me. I said okay, let's go. I just checked the record, checked how he fought, and I said yeah, he's a good fighter. But let's go. I like to risk, and I want to like test myself. It's like I'm from small country. I have to earn my stripes. It's like I don't want to pick and choose like small fights. Even with Virgil, I could say, "Oh no, I want to get other fights," and baby cry about something or just fake something. I don't know, but I want big, strong fights.
I think you proved to the boxing hardcores for sure that you have that dog mentality when you fought Butayev.
Champ, let me ask you, which top welterweight has 100% knockout ratio?
Top welterweight, 100% top. There was one guy that I supposed to fight.
He's the only one.
Yeah,
Isn't that crazy? We were talking about it. We feel that he should be bigger than what he is. Like
He's
he
got 100%
100%.
knockout. That's like Archer Beterbiev and no one knows that Virgil has that. Like he doesn't
yeah,
get
I agree.
promoted.
I agree. He's strong and he's going to come back for sure. He's a.
You think?
It
But you
seems
said
like he's good guy.
you said you think he comes back at 54, right?
60,
I don't
he
know, maybe
said
60.
54, 60.
I want your thoughts, um, because as we're talking about going up in weight, you mentioned the Jamel Charlo. Um, Maybe a week before the fight, Terrence Crawford was asked about the fight, and he said that Canelo beats the shit out of Charlo, that he's too big, and they asked him would he go up, and he said hell no, and then he said I don't even know if I would go up to 160. I, you know, I I'm a guy that I like to put things in perspective. So I look at it, I'm like, well, shit. Crawford started his career at 35. Canelo started his career at 40. Why can't they fight? What do you think?
No, Canelo is big, and he's like very good fighter. We all know that he has so much experience under the bright lights, and he's very good. I don't know, like Charlo, like we said, like Spence and Crawford 50-50. I don't feel in this fight. I think, my opinion, I like Charlo. He's a good fighter, but I think just Canelo will knock him out. Like, later rounds for sure, not the early rounds. Charlo might win, 4-5, but later on he's going to catch him for sure.
Damn, I think it's gonna be a competitive fight. I feel like ever
And I'm
since
still
uh, ever since Undisputed, Canelo hasn't been the same. Lost to Bivol in a performance where, quite frankly, I don't even feel like he attempted to make any adjustments. Then he fought old Triple G that we didn't want to see, that he should have knocked out and then didn't. And then he goes to his homecoming, and quite frankly, yeah, he gets a knockdown. But I didn't think it was this great performance. I think right now Jermel probably has a shot more than any other time. Before I forget though, we're talking Jermel. I gotta ask you about Jamal. What do you think of him getting slapped over the weekend by Caleb Plant? I know you saw the video.
That's crazy. If somebody slaps me, I'll get crazy and I'll go over, catch him in somehow. I don't care about security, nothing. I just don't know how he left like that. Like, whoa,
And he was by
I
himself.
wouldn't exactly. So I don't know. He has some problems. He haven't fought it in a long time, and now I saw the video that he pushed women security. So
Yeah,
something is
crazy.
going on. So first, WBC has to make right and take the belt and let others fight, because you can't hold the division for so long. Of course, I understand some things political, and they want to. This is mental health now, new stuff. I also have mental health. Everybody has and does, and we have bad days, sometimes good days, but only strong survive and go through it. And just you have to find in yourself, because nobody will help you at the end. It's only you can help yourself. No, nobody can help you. It's my opinion. Maybe it's stupid opinion, but I think it works for me.
No, I don't think it's I think everybody is entitled to their opinion. I don't think it's stupid at all. Fuck, I forgot what I was about to
Well, I
ask. Go
got
ahead.
some here
Go
from
ahead.
the people. I got Ruin of 504 New Orleans. He says, not a question, but don't take any step aside money, champ.
Look, it was just they just how to say, they just offered me that. It was like four-man tournament, and still, but I have won against Jamal James. So I was supposed to fight Ugas, and then I supposed to win against Ugas, and then I supposed to fight Butaev. So I took the harder route, and they promised me Spence. So why you not take it? If you are promised fighting the winner of Spence and Ugas, and I will fight also harder fight with Butaev, then let's go. I know, but no step aside anything. I would now WBA has to come and make a right decision. I'm in line to fight for WBA title, so hopefully they can
When you say
give me some.
WBA title, whose title? You mean like the one Crawford has?
My title. No, my title.
So defend your regular title.
Yes. This is like super champion they made for unification.
Mm-hmm.
Basically to let it go, and I have a title. So if somebody wants to come, they have to come see me.
So who's the mandatory challenger to your title?
I don't know. I had mandatory. Virgil was, but now I fulfilled my mandatory. I guess so, because I made everything right.
I
So
mean, shit. If they,
What's your thoughts
if
on
if if
Shakram
if
Gayasov?
Golden
He's
Boy,
number one.
if Golden Boy fulfilled the
yeah,
event, you fulfilled your fight.
yeah, yeah. About him, nothing. I fought in amateurs. I got dropped. I beat him, but they gave it to him. And in professionals, I don't know. He didn't surprise me with nothing.
So what about Shakram Gayasev? He's number two. Obviously,
He
I,
said he fought him
oh, you fought him?
in the amateurs.
Oh, in the
Yeah, I fought
amateurs.
the amateurs. Yeah, I
So,
got robbed.
but in the pros is different. I mean, obviously,
Of
what's your
course.
thoughts?
He is good for amateurs for 3 rounds, but in professional it's different. You have like a lot of rounds, so I don't know. I deserve now bigger fights, than him. He has to wait for his time now. I was waiting, so now I fought Butaev. So nobody wants to fight him. Nobody wanted to fight him. I was the one that raised the hand and say, "Okay, let's go."
Mm-hmm.
So for
So
me, it
you want to
doesn't
get in the
matter.
ring by when? October?
I want to get next month in the ring, but
Really?
what's the point? What's the point? I can want some things, but it won't happen.
What on the
So yeah,
Canelo Charlo card? You think
when is that?
September
It's
30th? So
September 30th.
7 weeks away.
That will be brilliant. That would be brilliant.
It's gonna be tough on that card, though. You're gonna get a tune-up on that card. There's no money left. They paying Canelo all that money. There's no money left for the undercard.
I guess so. I guess so.
I got some questions for you though. We got Brandon in Houston. After seeing how Spence and Fulton looked coming off of 15-month plus layoffs versus elite competition, how important to you is getting a fight in before taking a big fight versus a name like Thurman or Ennis?
Look, to be honest, I'll be like honest. I was thinking like when you are out of for a long time, it's okay if you are training, you are disciplined. But still, I remember when I hadn't fought like in 8 months, and it's like the nerves, the atmosphere, everything is. You feel like everything is new, but when you fight regularly, like after every 4 or 5 months, you feel like at home. So I don't know how I will feel. I hope my mind will be right. I have that laser focus, and I try to say everything. I always speak with myself, before the fight. I say, yeah, everything will be right. You didn't had cut any corners during the training camp, and you deserve to be here, and everything will be okay. So I try to block all the noise, and it helps for me.
I got Grandin Embry. What's next since the Ortiz fight didn't get to happen?
God knows. Only God knows.
James Valdez in San Antonio. Who was your toughest fight and why?
I think Butaev, yeah, Butaev was my toughest fight because I knew how big amateur experience he has. He's also from Dagestan, the guys trains in mountains, and they are tough, just like growing up.
Mm.
So I knew, and he had a lot of experience. He can switch southpaw orthodox, also like similar a little bit like Crawford, and he has like wall punches. So I knew, and also I knew in 2017 that we'll meet at some point, and yeah, he was my toughest opponent.
I got Optimus Prime that says, would you fight Boots Ennis and how do you see that
Yes,
fight playing out?
yes, I would do my best. I can't say. It's like sometimes I just hate these questions. How? I don't know. Maybe he's going to knock me out in 1 round. Maybe I'll knock him out in 1 round. Who knows? It's like I'll do my best, and I just believe I can beat him. That's why putting pressure, feints. Nobody's feinting. Nobody's jabbing. Nobody's countering the right moment. I know he's also slick, and he feints and he tries to set traps, but the fighter coming forward also has to set some traps.
I got Houston. Everybody knows, this is Brandon. He says, everybody knows I'm the biggest Stanionis fan in this community. And it saddened me to hear that all the delays made you contemplate retirement. Was that true?
Yeah, it was, because it was a lot of emotions and this boxing politics. It's like I just I felt at some point like I'm retired fighter. It's like I will never fight again. So it's like, and at the moment I can do other stuff, like I would do like even open a gym or do some private training, earn some money in other ways, because now I can't think, because I don't want to be one step in the boxing, one step in some business. I want to
Yeah.
be fully in boxing. So I was always training camps, everything, and I can't think about other stuff. So it was just like, maybe I just need to like retire and move on my life. But then it's like next day you wake up and it's like what you were talking about, stupid guy.
He goes on to say, just a positive message to tell you, hang in there, keep the faith. And I think a fight with Keith One Time Thurman is up next for you for your WBA regular. Let's go, champ. Yesterday, oh, we lost him. Stanionis. Damn. If you're watching this on YouTube, don't forget to hit that thumbs up button. It's going to help with the visibility of the show. It's going to put this episode. Damn, look at that. You seen that punch? Crawford took that shit, and it was behind the ear. Big left, and he still took that. Champ, the last part of
Yep.
that message was just a
Oh,
positive message to you. Hang in there, keep the faith, and I think a fight with Keith One Time Thurman is up next for you for your regular WBA. Let's go, champ. That was from Brandon. And then the last one
very
from
much.
me.
That's nice. That's nice. I even
Go ahead.
it's even nice that I have some fans in US. It's I'm from small country, so it's like, oh look, I even have some fans from US. So that's cool. That's cool. That was my childhood dream.
Nah, you definitely got fans over here, champ. I do want your thoughts on this fight. And before you think it's too crazy of a fight, I'll just remind you Roberto Duran started at 130 and moved
Yes.
all the way up to 175, you know?
Yeah, I know. Also,
He's won
Pacquiao also
titles.
moved from.
He's won titles at 68. When he moved up to beat the undefeated welterweight in Roberto Duran, I mean in Ray Leonard, uh, Ray Leonard was a natural welterweight. Crawford is not. He started his career at 35. Tank started his career at 26. Tank has fought all the way up to 40. He fought Barrios, who moved up to welterweight and could not be stopped by Keith One Time Thurman. Then in his next welterweight, stopped the dude Adrian Broner couldn't stop, and that had never been stopped. What's your thoughts on Tank Davis moving up two divisions to face Terrence Bud Crawford in a super fight like back in the day, Duran versus Leonard?
This fight excites me. I don't know why, because like I think it's possible. Even
Hmm.
like I like Tank. I'm a big fan of him, and he's a good fighter. And why not? He was fighting at 140, so 147 will be great. Of course, he doesn't have that high and reach advantage, but he's a special fighter. And this fight, yeah, I think would sell even maybe more pay-per-views than
He us-
Spence and Crawford.
he usually doesn't have the height and reach advantage. He's usually the smaller fighter,
Yes,
and
yes,
that's why
yes,
he said that with Pitbull gave him issues. He's like, because Pitbull is smaller than me. I'm used to fighting a
yeah,
bigger guy.
And
Um,
Crawford said Gamboa gave him issues because Gamboa was smaller.
and then just to add to the
yes.
storyline leading into the Spence fight, Tank said that Crawford had a glass shield and Spence had a metal shield, and that then Crawford, was told about that. He said that he would, beat him up bad. So I think he stands a chance, and I think it'd be an entertaining fight. He has a one punch knockout power. So just wanted your thoughts.
Barrios is also 6 feet tall, 71-inch reach, and Crawford is allegedly on BoxRec 5'8", 74-inch reach.
Yeah, yeah. So it will be a great fight and amazing. Yeah, and like you said, yeah, Barrios he has more height, so it, this fight excites me. To be honest, as a fan, I would watch it, and
If it
I will
happened
watch it.
this year, let's say it happened next.
December.
Let's say it happened in
December.
December. Who you picking right now?
Tank had two fights
I
this
know.
year. Tank
Jan-
had two fights this year,
January,
January and April.
both ended in
And
knockouts.
obviously Terrence just had
Yeah,
this one fight this year.
I can't pick this one. Sorry, guys. I'm very bad at picking it, so I don't know. I don't
It's all
know. It's
good.
like it's one Tank is like really special fighter, and I like him how he fights. He's smart, in the ring, and I don't know. It's very interesting.
Let me ask you another one. How much do you know about, history? Like, were you a guy that looked up Roberto Duran's fights and
Yeah,
Leonard's fights? Oh, you did.
this era, yes, but maybe back more. No, I didn't.
Okay, so my question to you, do you think I'm being disrespectful by comparing Gervonta Davis to Robert Duran before Roberto Duran fought Leonard? Before he fought Leonard.
No, it's like also with Spence, you can compare something. And yeah, that era was amazing. Hearns, Hagler,
What
Sugar Ray.
Champ, wouldn't you say with the fights boxing has given us this year, the amazing fights that we've had? And let me just remind you of a few, right?
No, no, no. Look. Wait. I want to say something. So this year was a lot of good fights, and I said, "Oh, please stop, leave some for the next year," because it's like the year is so good, and I'm very happy that boxing, the promoters, and the managers and the fighters brings this back like it was in 80s. So I'm very
Yes.
happy. I hope it will continue.
Well, champ, let everybody know where
Thank
they
you.
can find you. We do appreciate you coming on the show
Definitely
and
thank you for
talking a
coming
little
on.
bit of boxing with us, man. And we hope that everything goes the way that it should. Hopefully, we see you back, like you said, in September.
Yeah, you can find me on Instagram, Eimantas Stanionis, and thank you guys for letting me to share my story, in the news, and you are doing good job. So keep
Thank you.
that, boxing discuss on high level. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen.
WBA welterweight
Eimantas
champ.
Stanionis.
Family, don't forget to hit that like button. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Help us get to that 1,000,000 subscribers. We're on the road to 1,000,000. And obviously, we have other great content on our Patreon channel. So since this video is over, head on over to our Patreon and check out all the exclusive content or right here on our YouTube members.